Hi, everyone. Thank you, DA Rollins, for the introduction. My name is Nicole Robbins. I'm the Director of Juvenile Diversion, and I run the Juvenile Alternative Resolution, or JAR program. So the juvenile justice system operates with a focus on intervention and rehabilitation, not incarceration. The Rollins memo is definitely reflective of this, taking a more individualized approach to provide support and intervention and also keep the community safe. Our JAR staff work to support each juvenile and their family. And the roles of the JAR staff during COVID have really transitioned from just supporting our youth to also supporting the youth and their families with pandemic-related issues. As part of this, the JAR staff created a COVID resource guide, which you can see on the slide. This includes available sources and services around Suffolk County. So the guide identifies resources in areas including housing, food, education, employment, healthcare, and more. And there's contact information provided in the guide in order to access all these resources. And the guide can be found front and center on our website. Our model works by connecting youth with organizations in their communities that are not only culturally sensitive, but also trauma informed. One of the struggles that we faced during COVID is that community organizations are operating with significant limitations. We're actively communicating with these organizations to figure out resource availability as well as limitations. For example, it's difficult to build rapport and trust with youth and their families remotely. It's hard to, for example, therapy or counseling services, it's hard to really trust that person and connect with them when it's over a computer. So to continue our efforts to appropriately divert youth out of the system, we've collaborated with the city, schools, as well as community organizations to find creative ways to service youth during this time. Additionally, we've worked to help our youth adapt to the virtual world. This includes ensuring educational supports for the school year to help them succeed virtually, as well as helping them helping to facilitate and deliver laptops to our youth. Due to the uptick in violence in the community, we also created new collaborations to intervene with high-risk youth. This is a collaboration with SOAR, ROCA, JRI, BPS, the Mayor's Office of Public Safety, as well as YU Boston. Like many people and places, we're still trying to adapt and navigate to these remote and uncertain times, but thanks to the office, our community partners, as well as the community, we've been able to continue servicing and supporting our young people.
Excellent. So, Nicole is somebody who, when I was a candidate and right in the beginning when I took this job, which was less than 2 years ago, but some days feels like 20 years ago, I would see her and Michael in the community at events all the time, everywhere. I have had the pleasure of meeting some of the people in our juvenile unit, and she touched on this. Many of the policies that I am proclaiming are, revolutionary, aren't really. They are done every single day in our juvenile courts. I just want them implemented in our municipal and district courts, and then ultimately thought of even in our superior courts, right? A more sort of holistic and wraparound type of services model and approach. For our community partners and providers on this phone, when you hear SOAR and ROCA and Youth Connect and others, other entities that we partner with, if your name is not mentioned, part of why we are doing this is we want to facilitate new relationships or supplement the wonderful relationships we already have. So this is an opportunity, I think, for you to see Nicole's face, hear all the work she's doing, but hear from us as well that we are interested in thinking collaboratively with you about ways that we can service our young people.